Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Well, let's kick things off the top with Chad Johnson, who is my producer and the host of OMG Craft, and the old redhead, we call him, because he's about 22 years old and his hair is red.
What?
But this is actually fun because Google came out with 3 new products in the last few weeks.
Right.
We already did the Nexus 7 last week. I'm going to do the Moto X a little later on. But we let you do the Chromecast.
I have
and
the
you know
Chromecast.
why? Because you won the race.
I did. So whenever a new product comes out,
We all raced to buy
there's
it.
a race to see who can get it first if none of us have gotten a review.
And you
yet.
won.
Yeah. And
By
so,
the way, Jeff, can you move out of the shot?
Oh, he's actually there. I have a little parrot. His name is Jeff Needles. He'll be leaving later for college.
He did that on purpose, right? This is his last chance,
Yeah.
right? Last before you buy.
Yeah.
He's going to review in just a second the Leap Motion.
Yeah.
But the Chromecast got a lot of excitement, primarily because of its very low price.
Right.
In fact, so low that it's sold out.
Everywhere.
You can't get it.
Yes, absolutely. So what the Chromecast does is it actually does sort of twofold jobs. A lot of people will compare it to the Apple TV. And it has some functionality where you can sort of cast a screen or send a screen to the device. But really what it is its own standalone computer that can play content from different services. So the moment, things that it works really great with is YouTube, so your YouTube app on your phone or your iPad, or Netflix, same sort of deal. And Google Play Music and movies and anything you would have bought on Google Play. You can also, so that's one thing, is that it's a computer that can play those services.
The dongle is a computer.
And I don't have it with me because I plugged it in the TV. I plugged it in the TV.
But it's
so
like
actually,
a USB key with a
Right.
bulge at the end. It doesn't have a USB port. It has an HDMI port.
Right.
Because you're going to plug it into your TV.
Right, because you're going to plug it into your TV.
Yeah,
It's
there it is.
made for the TV. So one way is to play these services. The other way is you can cast a screen, a tab in your Chrome browser to it, and that will sort of allow you to do everything else that you can't do through your mobile apps.
You can watch Twit that way.
So you could watch Twit.
It's like Apple's AirPlay kind of.
Exactly. And on top of that, Google has released an API so that other people can write their own apps that will play directly from the device, and so you can watch it on your screen without having to go open up your laptop and find a tab and then cast a tab, which is very exciting because it works really great. So let me walk you through how this works. On my mobile phone, let me go ahead and start with YouTube. So I'm going to go find the YouTube app that I have, that I've always had on my phone.
You're using an Android phone, but this works also on iOS?
It does.
Okay.
It does. And it will also work on your PC using the extension, the Google
Chromecast
Chrome
extension for Chrome. So the key to understand is that, and the thing that makes this different from Apple TV is that you're doing this from apps.
Right.
There's a limited number of apps now, but more will come, as you said, because Google's opened the API. There's an open SDK.
The way to think of it is the apps that you've always had on your phone are now the remote control that you'll use for your Chromecast. So I'm in the normal YouTube app. This isn't some fancy Chromecast YouTube app. This is the normal app that I've always used.
But somehow it magically got updated.
But it just knows. So let me just go ahead and on the top, I have an icon for the Chromecast.
Now, that only shows up, I should point out, if you have a Chromecast on the same Wi-Fi network as your phone.
Right. So it doesn't, there is
It's not always there.
There's a tiny amount of setup. But once you're on the same Wi-Fi network as the device, that little icon appears. It's gone if you don't have it connected. I'll go ahead and click a thing and go ahead and cast it over to my Chromecast.
Now, I have 3 Chromecasts in my house, so it will show all 3, and I can choose which one I want to cast
During the
it to.
setup process, you can rename a Chromecast.
I did. I have living room, gym, playroom, that kind of thing.
And so I've named this one OMG Chad's Chromecast, and there, just like that.
Wow, that's a YouTube video.
This is a YouTube video playing on the Chromecast. Now
you know what? The quality's good.
It is good. So what it will do is it will try to pull the highest quality that your Wi-Fi will allow. So this should be at 720, which is what we uploaded this as because we have a very fast internet connection.
Now, you can turn your phone off.
Here's the thing. I have this phone, and here's the demo that I love to do.
It's not coming from the phone.
You may think that the phone is the thing catching the YouTube video and then sending it over the Chromecast. But what I'm going to do is pull off the back of the phone and pull the battery out of the phone It is completely dead, but the YouTube video is still going on behind
That's
me.
because the Chromecast, as you said, is a computer. I think it's a good way to think of it. It's doing the work.
It's its own device that is playing the media that you've sent to it. So truly, your phone and all these other devices are remote controls for the Chromecast. Now, let me go ahead and do something that's also really cool, is that it is cross-platform. So I'm going to use my iPad, an iOS device, to take over the Chromecast, and I'll also go ahead and show off another app while I'm doing it. Let me go ahead and open up Netflix, and I'm going to take over the cast. So over in Netflix, let me actually get out of the episode
thing.
I was watching. Same thing.
There's a little Chromecast button on the top.
There's a Chromecast button here.
It really wants to play that.
It really, really wants to play Adventure Time. Let me go ahead and cancel and close the app. There we go. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Netflix.
Okay.
And once Netflix loads in, because I just killed it.
You closed it, yeah.
Yeah, I just closed it. There will be the same cast icon that we had on YouTube.
You broke Netflix.
You know, maybe Netflix doesn't want to play with us.
Netflix.
So let's go ahead and jump over to YouTube.
It'll come up. All right. Now, so this is on iOS. The YouTube app, you can do
the same thing. So it actually says now playing up in the corner, and it says course MC Edit.
Oh, so it knew that it was playing.
It knew that it was playing, and I can go ahead and grab this. And you know what? I'm going to say this Chromecast, I don't want to cast to anymore. Let's go back to the iPad, and now it'll play the video. I don't actually
still playing the video on the Chromecast. So you could watch it.
I can watch it twice if I wanted to. I can't get enough of OMG Craft.
It's a good show.
Right, exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see. There we go. So Netflix now works. So now let me go ahead and take over the device. There's the little icon up here. And so now I'm going to go ahead and take over the Chromecast here.
And this is on an iPad. This is an iOS device.
It doesn't look like a
Now, this is one thing I have noticed with mine is that sometimes regaining control of an existing stream is a little tricky. But once you start playing something on the Netflix.
Right. So it was taking it over. You need to tell it stop. Like stop doing your casting.
Now it still thinks it's playing YouTube.
And let me grab it.
There
we go. Here we go.
One other thing that's cool is Netflix is set up to play 1080p on the Chromecast.
Yes.
And if your bandwidth is sufficient, it really looks good.
Right. So now we have it set up. It knows Netflix is the app controlling it. So I can go ahead and play a video over here, and instead of playing it on the iPad, it'll play it on the Chromecast. Now, the last feature that I want to show off is, and I actually have to turn on. Well, you know what? We're gonna
let's watch. I like Happy Tree Friends. Can we just watch that?
Yeah,
for...
it's Adventure Time. But
Adventure Time. Same thing.
Yeah.
Let's just watch that.
Come on,
a little bit.
So
because I really enjoy this.
What's
show.
really cool is also if you were to turn up the volume, you have control of the volume.
That's really weird.
From my iPad, so I can turn it down. I can turn it up, however I want.
So that's Netflix. That's YouTube. What else can it do?
So at the moment, we have also Google Play Music, which is really cool because if you have your TV hooked up to an entertainment system with lots of speakers, you can cast your music to it if you've uploaded music
I've been
or if
doing
you're on
that.
All Access.
And it sounds great.
Awesome.
It's really nice. And again, the volume control, the phone or the tablet becomes a remote because you can pause, rewind, skip, or turn volume up and down from the phone.
Right. And we've already heard of lots of other partners that are going to start building this into it. We've even heard Hulu. Like, you never thought that Hulu would do this. That to have Hulu stuff on screens.
HBO Go has said they're going to do it.
HBO Go. Who else? I mean, we
Revision
have
3 is going to do it.
3.
We will do it. Our Houdini 7, who does our Twit app for iOS, says he's adding the button. It's something that anybody can do. You know who I'm waiting for? Amazon. They haven't announced it yet, but once Amazon streaming is on here, then it's really, in many ways, as functional as Roku, or it doesn't have as many channels, admittedly, but it's so easy for app developers to add it. That's what I'm waiting to see.
Right. I
if
agree.
everybody does this, man, this is a killer.
And it's up to those people to do it. What's really cool is Google has said, you know what? If you really want to add Chromecast compatibility, here's how you do it. Let's just move forward. So let's get into the pros and cons. Pros. It is inexpensive. If I haven't said it before, this is a $35 dongle. $35 to have this added to your system. Next is it is cross-platform. So if you have an Android phone, an iOS phone, an iPad, or even just a computer that can install the Chrome extension, Google Chrome web browser, easy to do that. Next is simple to use. Yes, there are other things that do this functionality. You could buy a PC and hook it up to your TV and do all this stuff, but it is not nearly as simple as this Chromecast to just use the apps that you've always been using to send it over. On the cons, it is USB powered. So at the back of the device, I've already finished my review, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the device.
Or pull it out of the TV here.
Right. So
it needs a separate power, by the way.
Right.
You have to plug it into the wall.
So this is the con, is that it needs a separate power. At the back, there's a USB, a micro USB slot, and so you need to power it with USB. If you happen to have a TV with MHL, it will not pull power from that. It always has to have this separate wire, which can be pretty distressing if you have a really clean setup, have this sort of wire working around behind your TV.
I have an MHL HDMI adapter on my AV receiver, and I was hoping, because MHL has power, that it would power. It does not.
It does not. And
you
also,
have to plug it in.
This is a tiny bit underpowered. There's a few times where I gave it a few commands, and you can see it sort of stuttering. But once you're into something and it's working and it's like, playing Netflix, it's fine. I have noticed a lot of stuttering when I'm trying to cast a tab in Chrome over to it, because you need to have a really, really fast either Wi-Fi connection or the encoding just isn't quite up to snuff yet. It feels a tiny bit underpowered, but for the things that I'm using it now, I am really, really loving it. So $35 for the Chromecast. You can buy this at the moment and not many places, but in the future, it'll be on the Play Store from Google, Amazon, I believe Best Buy.
Big box, Best Buy,
just about
Staples,
everywhere.
that kind of place. People are waiting in line to get it at Best Buy on the days that the new shipments come in. Yeah.
So buy, try, don't buy. I'm going to absolutely say buy. A high recommendation. It's $35. If you want to add really nice compatibility, make your dumb TV a smart TV, $35 upgrade is absolutely worth it.
I got a dumb hypothetical. $100, would you still buy it? It's the price, isn't it?
It is the price.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy it for $100.
I wouldn't buy it for $100.
But it's a third the cost of an Apple TV.
And my parents have a smart TV. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I wish I could have just bought this for you, and you wouldn't have paid the extra.
Well, the thing to watch very closely is who adopts it, and if not, and there's no reason why you couldn't have thousands of apps use Chromecast, and then it becomes a very, very attractive choice. Yeah, I'm glad I bought 5.
Yeah, I bought 3, and I've already given 2 away.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm the one. Tad and I are the reason you can't get one.
Right. Oh, and also, just to note, in the very beginning, there was a deal where you could get 3 months subscription of Netflix. That's gone now. So I just wanted to mention it because some people will say, well, I got it, and it was absolutely worth it because I got the...
Yeah, then it was only $11.
Then it was only $11. It's gone. So I just wanted to mention it.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice. Thank you, Chad. Chad Johnson, host of OMG Craft. You just saw it on the Chromecast and produces Twit and MacBreak Weekly and Twig. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
It's great.